तर केवळ आणि केवळ नक्षलवादी आणि माओवादी चळवळीशी संबंधित ज्या फ्रंटल ऑर्गनायझेशन्स आहेत त्या ऑर्गनायझेशन्सला बॅन करण्याकरता हे बिल तयार करण्यात आलेलं आहे.
With its passage in the Legislative Council, Maharashtra has become the fifth state to have a separate Public Security Act. The bill defines unlawful activity as an act or any act including speech or writing that threatens public order, activity that interferes with the administration of law or its institutions. Punishments range from 2 years to 7 years of imprisonment. Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Odisha have similar law. Opposition leader Aditya Thackeray says the bill is old wine in a new bottle when it comes to fighting left-wing extremism.
उन्होंने कहा जन सुरक्षा बिल, वो सचमुच जन सुरक्षा है क्या? जनता का सुरक्षा है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सुरक्षा बिल है? ये भी बताएं, क्योंकि उन्होंने जो कहा कि एक्सट्रीमिस्ट लेफ्ट विंग, आज तक जो हमें सफलताएं मिली है नक्सलवादियों से लड़ने में, वो कौन से बिल के तहत मिली है? कोई उनको रोक रहा है? जो भी आतंक की कार्रवाई करते आया है, नक्सलबारी की कार्रवाई करते आया है, पूरी की पूरी फ्री हैंड है, पुलिस को हो या सीआरपीएफ को हो या सारे जो हमारे सुरक्षा बल है उनको हो, उनका खात्मा करने के लिए सारा फ्री हैंड तो दिया है. तो फिर कौन सी सुरक्षा के बारे में आप बात कर रहे हैं? कौन आपको अड़ा रहा है?
The bill was introduced in the previous monsoon session, but it did not pass. It proposed a new law to deal with increasing presence of Naxalism in urban centres. It was referred to a joint select committee headed by Revenue Minister Chandrasekhar Bawonkole. In the revised draft, the term urban Naxal has been replaced with extreme left-wing ideology. I'm joined by Chandrasekhar Jha, spokesperson Shiv Sena, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, and Krishna Hegde, Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde. Thank you both of you gentlemen for joining me. Let me straight away go to Krishna Hegde first. Sir, do you think that this is going to protect democracy and democratic institutions, or as the opposition says, it might just come down on dissent? Sir, to you.
I heard what Mr. Aditya Thackeray ji said, and I think anyone who is speaking about the sovereignty of the country or the democracy or the constitution, and he should know and clearly understand that this is to uphold the sovereignty, protect democracy, and see that anything that threatens society has to be dealt with a very, very firm hand. And whether there is one law to it, that is the UAPA, or the second law, that is the Maharashtra Special Public Security Bill, both are much required, and therefore the government has brought this in the Vidhan Sabha. It has been tabled in the Vidhan Sabha, and it will be tabled shortly in the Vidhan Parishad. This is to give our forces more strength and more ammunition to deal with such people in society, whether they are radicalizing youth, or whether they are radicalizing people with their thought process. The Honorable Chief Minister has clearly stated that this is not
Mr.
to
Hegde,
suppress
sorry, I'm interrupting you. I just want to
Yeah.
add one thing. Don't we have enough laws to deal with people who indulge in unlawful activity, sir?
See, right now, as I said, we have one law, that is UAPA, to deal with such kind of radicalization. But a second law would not, hurt in any way. You see that there are 64 Naxal organizations operating in India. There are so many more operating, in Maharashtra, and so many more operating in India. And therefore, the motive is to dissuade people from doing this and bring them into mainstream society. That is the ultimate and the bigger picture.
Okay.
But whoever tries to influence them and tries to radicalize them and tries to bring about disturbance in society or in the country, they have to be dealt with totally and very firmly.
Okay. Your opening comments, Mr. Jha?
Naturally, I am not going on anybody's comment, but eventually I am going with the law. The law which has been passed in assembly is completely, I think, is not in accordance with the provisions of the BNSS. If you see, the BNS has been explicitly explained that what is the provision and what is the definition of unlawful activity. And eventually, if the law says unlawful activity, the weapons, extortion or any kind of activity, section 111 defines particularly unlawful activity and an organized crime syndicate. So BNS explicitly deals with the organized crime syndicate. Eventually, any kind of terrorist activity, any kind of organized crime which is happening, including the moist activity. So The unlawful activity in this bill has not been explained. Unlawful activity says the activities containing left extremism. So left extremism, you have to define it. So they have not defined what kind of left extremism. So those things are not there. BNS categorically deals with it. BNSS, the CRPC, the BNSS which has come into effect. Now these provisions whereby if you say that you don't have any right to access to the justice system, only the provision to the revision provisions of the High Court, that is completely against the precedence of laws.
Okay.
And even in UAP also, you can apply for bail and before the trial court.
Okay.
So you don't have to go for revision before
Okay,
the
let
High
me just
Court.
bring this conversation sir, to the political side. Mr. Hegde, urban Naxal is a word which is very frequently used by political spokespersons in context of universities, teachers and the protest. Do you think, let me be the devil's advocate here sir, will make the dissent in universities tough? Because anyway, it has become part of political parlance where if you disagree with the other person, say, Arey, you are urban Naxal. To you, sir.
The urban Naxal is a term more hyped by the media than the politician. And let me be very clear, we are not against any ideology, whether it is left or any other. It is only about people who are radicalizing youth and bringing them against democracy, against constitution, and against the sovereignty of the nation, and where they indulge in anti-national activities or anti-state activities. And therefore it is much necessary that whether, and we have seen in the recent past and even earlier, that there are so many elements within society, and these elements within society may not be a voice, but they may be part of the action, they may be sleeper cells. We have seen this happening, whether it is in the 93 bomb blasts, whether it is after that, or in several instances where there has been terrorism in the country. And here I am not talking about Naxals and Maoists. I am talking about all kinds of terror activities. But basically we have to understand that we need to bring these people to mainstream society and make them join us, so they give up their activities, and that is absolutely the bigger picture.
Okay. Mr. Jha, you wanted to come in, but you have to answer my question, which was for both of you.
See, the thing is that if you expect an urban Naxal, so what is the definition of urban Naxal? It is nowhere. I cannot determine from which angle a person is designated as urban Naxal. Only by practicing left extremism, you cannot be quoted as an urban Naxal.
Sir, there are two different things, sir. Left-wing extremism in Naxal, expressing itself in form of Naxalism is against the nation. Yes. There is no debate about it. You would agree. It's against the nation. They fight our security forces. That is unacceptable. Which flew from Naxalbari, Charu Majumdar. I have ideological opposition to it. Yes. But left as a political thought or an economic thought or as a protest which takes place is a different issue.
So this bifurcation who will do? They have not done the bifurcation in the act itself or in the bill. So now the provision, if you say that I want to do a protest, against the government, so they can take this as a protest as an urban Naxal. They can treat it as an offence under this Maharashtra Special Public Security Bill. So these things have to be seen. If you make a police state, and you act like a police state, it is completely wrong and against the constitution.
Okay. Mr. Hegde, you wanted to come in?
Yeah, I just want to say, see, before this bill was tabled, it has gone through a process, it has gone to a special committee, it has gone through 12,000 objections and suggestions, it has gone through all the process of the houses. There have been specialists and advisors and people from societies, from civil society who have debated this bill. We are not against left ideology, we are against extremism of any kind. That is what I want to say. And when the bill is tabled in the House, there will be a huge discussion discussing this bill threadbare for all the pros and cons, and whatever amendments have been done already, and if required more, will definitely. So let the bill be tabled into the House without having a negative thought to it much before that, and let there be deliberations on the bill, and there we'll know.
The bill has been passed by
how
Legislative
strong-
Council, sir.
Yeah, but it's going to be discussed still. There is still a discussion on the bill. But let us give more power to the authorities.
Okay.
Let us give more power to the forces, that we are rid of this menace called whatever you call it, Maoism, Naxalism,
Okay.
or basically
Fair
anything
enough.
against the country.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you both of you for joining me, because this is a debate which has dominated the last 10 years, and urban Naxal as a word has become a political weapon between parties to weaponize or de-weaponize or to put a protest of students in a different perspective. So this is all I had on Point today. I will see you on Monday at the same time. Thank you and good night.
मेरा नया कुकी होल्डर कप एक तेरे लिए मंगाऊं? नहीं। मेरा नया क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल, मेरे नए म्यूजिक गॉगल्स मंगाओ क्या? मेरा नया रेन प्रोटेक्टर।
यही नई गाड़ी
नाइस।
कप होल्डर है, कुकी भी रख सकते हैं, क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल है, म्यूजिक भी।
सेविंग्स की विद्या तो कुछ खुद से सीखे।
कुछ बड़ा बनाना है तो पहले बचाओ। फेडरल बैंक